Hello students, my name is Sagar Pandya and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to start with the next part, that is the third part of one of the most interesting chapter of our syllabus, that is chapter number 11, India Transformed Part 1. Let us begin. So in the last lecture we started learning, in the last chapter or in the last video we started learning about one important factor, that is we started learning about different organizations. There were different schemes which were made by the government, how India helped the people for their own development. So transformation came across. In this particular part we are going to learn about science and technology, how development came across with respect to science and technology. So science and technology, only a few instances of significance are mentioned in this part. A supercomputer was made. Supercomputer was made जिसका नाम था परम 8000. क्या नाम था? परम 8000. This was made by Dr. Vijay Bhatkar. This was created with the help of CDAC, that is Center for Development of Advanced Computing. It was made in Pune. Now ये क्यों बनाया था? Because again India had asked for a favor अमेरिका के पास कि हम लोग को सुपर कंप्यूटर बनाना है, बट इंडिया ने जब भी मदद मांगा अमेरिका ने मदद नहीं किया, तो इंडिया ने बोला ओके नो प्रॉब्लम, हमारे ईगो पे आ गया. सो हमने जब भी बोला कि हम खुद बनाएंगे, दिस वाज द फर्स्ट सुपर कंप्यूटर विच वाज मेड, दैट इज परम 8000. एंड स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली इसमें इवॉल्व होते गया ये कंप्यूटर, एंड स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली इतने सारे अच्छे डेवलपमेंट होने लगे थे. इन 1998 द एडवांस्ड वर्जन ऑफ परम 8000 was made. It was named as Param 8000, say Param 10,000. Its mathematical potential was enormous, because of which India entered the global computer market. India won its place among the leading countries with high technological know-how of computer making. 1999, a project of creating a still further version of Param 10,000 was undertaken, and this computer was named as Param Padma. क्या नाम था? Param Padma. Param Padma supercomputer was dedicated to the nation, and in 2000 this was made in 2003. The Indian software industry was benefited because of this policy of liberalization. Because freedom चालू हुआ तो हर एक जगह पे ट्रेड करना चालू किया, एंड हमने दूसरे कंट्रीज को भी ये हम लोगों ने हेल्प किया था, प्लस अपना कंट्री भी डेवलप हो रहा था विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू इकोनॉमी. The central government's favorable policies for software industry, foresightedness of the Indian entrepreneurs, the nationwide spread of computer and information technology, computer engineers who are also proficient in the use of English language resulted in tremendous increase in the Indian export of software. So this increased from 3.2% at that time till up to 25%. Can you imagine? इतना अच्छा growth within, I would rather say, a decade, that is 10 years, was a very good jump. In 1995, India में internet services began in the Indian metropolises. In 2004, Tata Consultancy was the biggest firm in Asia providing software services. Pune and Bengaluru developed as information technology hubs. That is, आज भी हम उनको IT hubs के नाम से जानते हैं, information technology hubs. The population in India using internet services is rapidly increasing. Like पहले के टाइम पे बहुत कम सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स थे, BSNL, MTNL, VSNL, विदेश संचार निगम लिमिटेड. देन प्राइवेट एंटरप्रेन्योर्स आए, फिर दूसरे कंट्री से आए, ऑरेंज, हच, वोडाफोन, और आज तो Jio, Dhan. So this came across. So Indian IT engineers are in great demand all over the world. In the field of science, India, to prove its nuclear strength, conducted underground nuclear test 2 times in Pokhran in Rajasthan. याद आया, हम लोगों ने ये ऑलरेडी पढ़ा था. One was in 1974, second in 1990s में. 1999 में जब ये चीज हुआ था, द इंडियन सैटेलाइट OceanSat 1 launched and entered the orbit in 1999 to collect oceanographic information about oceans and sea coast. In 2000, BSNL चालू हुआ, भारत संचार निगम लिमिटेड, was established to provide services like cellular phones, that is mobile phones, internet and broadband together. Broadband वो जो कंप्यूटर में कनेक्ट करते थे वो. In 2007, India entered a new field of space research. It commercially launched the Italian satellite. Other nations had submitted tenders quoting very high rates to get this contract. However, India got this contract by quoting reasonable rates. So nevertheless, India earned considerable profit through this Italian contract as well. Before entering this field on commercial basis, India had already successfully launched satellites of Argentina, Belgium, South Korea, Indonesia, and Germany. So in 2008, India launched Chandrayaan-1, the first lunar probe, and which was made domestically, India made tha. Through the information sent by Chandrayaan-1, India could collect evidence for the presence of water on the moon. So after that, India also launched Chandrayaan-2 and also Mangalyaan, which created a havoc into the minds of the other countries and engineers of other countries कि किस तरह से India develop हो रहा है. So जिस तरह से India develop हो रहा था, slowly and gradually we saw that through this we could also, through these satellites, we could also control our defense affairs. So let us begin with the first part, learning about defense affairs. In 1999, Pakistan intruded Kashmir. This intrusion started a war between India and Pakistan, that is the Kargil War. So this war was fought in Kargil Dras area in Ladakh, hence it is known as Kargil War. But it also referred to as Operation Vijay by the Indian Army, because Operation Vijay was really successful and India emerged victorious out of it. This war alerted the Indian authorities for modernization of Indian military. हमको military develop करना जरूरी था, because India का जितना भी neighbors के साथ relations था, it was really very much going volatile, that is ups and downs बहुत ज़्यादा था. So process of updating military equipments and arms, trainings, etc. was further intensified. Finally, in 2009, India successfully built strategic strike nuclear submarine of Arihant class. Now, this was the first nuclear submarine built in India, and its first petrol round was completed with Russia's cooperation. It was really very nice, and I would rather say one of the greatest secured part for India was building a submarine which has a nuclear capability. India is the sixth country in the world to develop indigenous technology, that is India-made technology, of building nuclear submarines. The Indian government had involved private Indian entrepreneurs also in this project, but the government of India emphasized on indigenous production by using indigenous technology. Best example, Make in India. On recruiting women officers in military, and also on combined exercise with military of other nations. There is increasing focus on exchange of latest technology, like India में latest technology लाना ज़रूरी था to fight against terrorism and also to augment our own competencies and optimum use of modern technology for ending terrorism. The exercise with Oman military at Baklo, that is in Himachal Pradesh, is apparently the result of these policies. So in the exercise with Nepal, the thrust was on the crucial tactics to fight with the terrorists in mountain terrain or the mountainous terrains. There was combined exercise of Mongolian army and Jammu and Kashmir rifles. मतलब यहाँ पे fight चालू हो चुका था. This was the time when the exercise of Indian and American army together was done in America. The exercise with Sri Lankan army was organized in Pune. The practice session was meant for training the soldiers for fighting against one important factor. क्या था वो? Terrorism. In semi-urban area as well. Exercise with Russian military was organized in Russia. Similar exercise was organized with Bangladesh and England as well. So these exercises were very much useful for both the countries. Basically exercises होते क्या थे? These were the drills which were performed but with their military, Indian military and उनके military के साथ. So because of this technological exchange that happens on these occasions, they help to know and practice new methods of resolving problems. The process of modernization of arms gives impetus, that is importance, to further research. To join armed forces is one of the best careers of young people like you and me. Yes, me. There are about 8 sections in Indian Army where women officers can join on short service commission. Women can join through UPSC exam, that is Union Public Service Commission exam. There are a few reserved seats also there for women who have completed NCC training, that is National Cadet Corps training. So agar youth like you and me are joining these things, there are different policies also जो government ने youth के लिए बनाया है. So India is a country with maximum proportion of young people. Individuals in the age of group of 15 to 29 are considered as youth. The youth is provided with opportunities of education and skill training, can contribute significantly in the development of India. A number of centers of Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan were also established by 1972. मतलब ये लोगों के लिए था, youth के लिए था, between the youth between 15 to 29. These centers began training young people with different skills. So program finally merge हुआ with different programs like National Youth Empowerment Program. This program put a thrust, that is importance, on the topics like literacy, education, health and hygiene, family welfare, preservation and conservation of environment, awareness of social issues, रूरल डेवलपमेंट एंड सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट। ये सब जगह पे जब भी फोकस करना चालू किया था, मतलब यूथ को इंपॉर्टेंस देना चालू किया था, बिकॉज यू एंड मी आर द फ्यूचर ऑफ दिस कंट्री। 12th of January is the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda and it is observed as National Youth Day. Every year, National Youth Festival is celebrated in the month of January. This festival is organized in the month of January and jointly by the government of India and either of the state government, जो भी state government रहेगा जहाँ पे ये festival हो रहा है। This festival is designed to provide a platform for the artistic talent of young individuals. Youth Hostels Association of India has established youth hostels in various parts of the country as well. मतलब ये फायदा किसका हुआ? लोगों का। These hostels are managed in collaboration by the government of India and respective state government workers. These hostels association works for encouraging adventurous skills among the young people, and there are about 83 hostels in India which provide accommodation to young people at minimum rates. The training programs are also arranged at by different associations like Bharat Scouts and Guides, National Service Schemes and National Cadet Corps. The next part that we are going to learn is Right to Information Act 2005. So ये सर पता कैसे चलेगा? गवर्नमेंट हमारे लिए काम कर रहा है। गवर्नमेंट अगर हमारे लिए काम कर रहा है तो ये पता कैसे चलेगा कि ये लोग हमारे लिए काम कर रहे हैं एंड इट इज वर्किंग इन द पॉजिटिव मैनर। सी, इंडिया इज अ डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री, ठीक है। इंडिया में डेमोक्रेसी है वेयर वी इलेक्ट आर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, बिकॉज इनडायरेक्ट डेमोक्रेसी है यहाँ पे। सो हमारे रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हमारे लिए काम करते हैं। सो द काइंड ऑफ एक्ट फॉर was first applied in Sweden in 1776. कौन सा? Right to Information Act. In 1946, United Nations declared the right to information to be the fundamental human right. But then to India में वो टाइम पे नहीं था. Finally, in 1982, L.K. Kulwal, a resident of Jaipur in Rajasthan, a social activist as well, initiated this process of applying to know कि भाई ये जयपुर म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन काम क्या कर रहा है, क्लीनिंग ऑफ द सिटी हो रहा है, बट किस तरह से वो काम कर रहा है और जो पैसा हम भरे एज टैक्सेस वो किधर जा रहा है। So, in the case filed in the matter, the High Court gave a clear verdict that stating that right to information is a fundamental right of all citizens. In 1990, same चीज हुआ था। Aruna Roy started the movement called as Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan. A need for the right to information was expressed through this movement as well, and a divisional commissioner of Bilaspur of that time, Harsh Mandar, showed courage to disclose official information while serving as a bureaucrat. So bureaucrat basically are the government workers and they are not allowed to show this thing, but उन्होंने वो टाइम पे दिखाया and information हुआ था, सब जगह पे spread. The information he disclosed was in the context of program of distributing food grains in lieu of daily wages. So the struggle of Anna Hazare in 2001 had a decisive role in Maharashtra in this matter. अनशन पे गए थे अन्ना हजारे। This act was implemented in Maharashtra since 12th of October 2005, and the definition of this term information includes the official records, documents, memorandas, that is agendas, emails, comments, consultations, press notes, circulars, orders, logbooks, tenders, reports, correspondence, that is written records, models, electronic data, and also वो time पे the information of a private institution or an individual that is available in the records of any public establishment. Right to information basically क्या करता था? वो assess करता था official documents को लोगों तक पहुंचाना, बताना कि हमने क्या किया है, एज गवर्नमेंट काम क्या किया है. सो टू एक्सट्रैक्ट बेसिकली एक्सेस टू ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट्स, रिकॉर्ड्स, परमिशन टू ऑब्टेन देयर कॉपीज, टू टेक नोट्स, to extract passages, to get sample of authorized material, and prints of data stored in CDs, floppy disk, tapes, video cassettes, or in any other form. Citizens can get desired information after submitting an application to information officer of a public authority. Finally, let us begin with the next part, that is reorganization of states. The year 2000 proved to be important for the formation of new states. States with large areas like Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar were divided into new states, were formed. New states namely Chhattisgarh, 1st November 2000, Uttarakhand, 9th November 2000, Jharkhand, 15th November 2000, came to be into existence. After the formation of lingual states in India, this was the first instance of formation of new states. Since 1947 के बाद 1960s तक जो चल रहा था for formation of new states, उसके बाद finally 2000 में नए states बनना start हुए. Chhattisgarh was required away from Madhya Pradesh. So the demand for the creation of separate state of Chhattisgarh was first put forth in the Congress in the session by Indian National Congress in the pre-independence time. However, the States Reorganization Commission headed by Fazal Ali rejected the demand. In 1998, in the session of Legislative Assembly of Madhya Pradesh, the proposal of creating separate state of Chhattisgarh was approved. Later, by the initiative of the Government of India, the separate state of Chhattisgarh was created, and finally Chhattisgarh became a new different state. So Legislative Assembly, that is Vidhan Sabha mein ye discussion hua of Madhya Pradesh, and finally in 2000, that is on 1st of November 2000, Chhattisgarh was given a different state. Next is Uttarakhand. Now the people of Garhwal Himalayas and the Kumaon were, that is the tribe Garhwal, people of Garhwal and Kumaon were demanding a separate state since 1930. It was supported in the 1938 session of Indian National Congress. However, Fazal Ali Commission ruled it out. The people in this region started a movement for this demand in 1957. 1973 में Uttarakhand पर्वतीय राज्य परिषद was established, and this organization बनाया था for their development. That is Uttarakhand, obviously सबको मालूम है, it's a beautiful place to visit, and उन्होंने बोला था कि ये अलग से एक different state ये दे दो. In 1994, the movement got intensified in recognition of popular sentiment. A bill for separate state was passed by the Uttar Pradesh Legislative Assembly, that is Vidhan Sabha. Finally, in 2000, 9th of November 2000, the state of Uttaranchal was later named as Uttarakhand, came to existence. The next state, that is Jharkhand. In 1929, the demand for the separate state of Jharkhand was there for the first time. 1947 में एक साइड पे इंडिया का इंडिपेंडेंस चल रहा था, दूसरे साइड पे ऑल इंडिया झारखंड पार्टी वाज एस्टैब्लिश्ड एंड द डिमांड फॉर सेपरेट स्टेट फॉर झारखंड वाज एक्सेलरेटेड, बट वो टाइम पे नहीं हुआ. 1973 में अगेन अपील वाज मेड टू द प्रेसिडेंट एंड द प्राइम मिनिस्टर, बट वो टाइम पे भी अपील को इतना ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं मिला. फाइनली 1994 में द बिहार लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली पास द बिल ऑफ झारखंड एरिया ऑटोनॉमस काउंसिल, एंड फाइनली इन 2000 August a bill providing Bihar's division and creation of a separate state of Jharkhand was passed in the lower house, that is in Lok Sabha. Vidhan Sabha में नहीं, state में नहीं, but Lok Sabha level, central level पे वो गया था. And finally on the day of 15th of November 2000, the separate state of Jharkhand came into existence. Telangana, the state of Telangana was formed in 2014, where different, मतलब इतना ज़्यादा havoc create हुआ था, इतना ज़्यादा problems create हुआ था. Earlier, it was an integral part of state of Andhra Pradesh. तेलंगाना राष्ट्रीय समिति was made and बोला कि हमको separate state of तेलंगाना चाहिए. In 2001, the government of India announced the decision of separate state of Telangana, and in 2014, this proposal was approved in the parliament. On 2nd of June 2014, the separate state of Telangana came into existence. The next part, one of the most interesting, जिसके लिए सबसे ज़्यादा fights हो रहा था, जिस वजह से war हो रहा था पाकिस्तान के साथ, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. The state of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh was given a special status recently, Article 370 of Constitution of India. So, in 1947, Premnath Dogra established Jammu Praja Parishad Party. Its initial motto was एक विधान, एक प्रधान, एक निशान. ये उनका main motto था. But later in 1952, it was changed to एक देश में दो विधान, दो प्रधान, दो निशान, नहीं चलेंगे. ये हो गया उनका स्लोगन. So, एक देश में दो विधान, मतलब दो different constitution, दो प्रधान, दो different prime minister, दो निशान, two logos of different parties, नहीं चलेंगे. So this party demanded complete accession of the Jammu and Kashmir to India, and the party in power, National Conference, however, was not ready to give up the autonomy. That is the rule. So Dr. Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, the Ministry of Industry and Supply in Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru's cabinet, supported the demand of complete merger. Recently, in August 2019, Government of India revoked Article 370 from 31st October 2019. The state of Jammu and Kashmir was restructured as two different state union territories. One was Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Second was the Union Territory of Ladakh. इसके लिए हम लोग जब भी बोलते हैं 29 states and 7 union territories, अभी 28 states and 9 union territories हो गया. So this was a transformation that came across in India according to the first chapter. Next chapter we'll be learning, that is India Transform Part 2, in which we are going to learn about different factors with respect to health, with respect to cultural heritage, with respect to sports, and so on and so forth. So till then, dear students, stay home, stay blessed, take care, bye-bye. Like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take care, bye-bye.